Yep, that was pretty good shiner, I must admit. Kind of faded away now, just kind of left with some beautiful yellow and green and purple colors. But one thing that's not fading away, and that's the life lesson that commonly accompanies most black eyes. And I think on this channel we should share all life lessons. So, life lesson that goes along with this shiner: never ask your wife what time dinner's going to be ready while she's mowing the yard. Well, good afternoon and howdy do, everyone. Welcome back to the ranch. I'm Dr. Lee, and it is another beautiful day in South Texas. Clear skies, 72 degrees. And man, have we been looking forward to this. Hope the weather's good where you are, and I hope life is treating you well. We've all been doing good here. Had a little bit of rain, and more than just a little bit over the last couple of weeks. We got 6 inches and some change of rain here, and the trees loved it, the grass loved it, and all the animals and all the people loved it as well. So really a nice reprieve. Again, hope everything's going good for you guys. Before I forget it, on the last video that we had here, I showed you a ringtail cat. And we haven't seen those, you know, we see them every 2 or 3 years. The game cameras will pick them up. This particular one that I showed you, it's got the longest tail of any ringtail I have ever seen. And like I said, we only catch them on the videos about every 2 or 3 years. And lo and behold, 7 days later, after the first video that we had, I got another video of a ringtail. And this one, you can see a whole lot more of this critter. You can tell a whole lot more about him. But anyway, pretty cute little video here. I thought you'd enjoy seeing it. And also on the last video, I showed you several clips of a tree out here on the ranch we refer to as the cocaine tree because it's so addictive to all the animals. Birds, deer, squirrels, foxes, raccoons, it doesn't matter. They all love this tree. And I couldn't really figure out what it was or why the animals loved it so much. So, at your request, back in the comments section on that last video, many of you said, Dr. Lee, what you need to do is get an app for your phone that identifies trees. So I followed your lead and I got this app called Picture This. And I thought it was kind of pricey, but then again, you guys are worth it. So I indulged and got this app, and all you have to do is press the identify button you see here, and this opens up this next screen, and then you just put your specific subject plant, like my yellow bells here, in the target window, just like this, and then press the green button, and within seconds you'll get more information than you care to know about yellow bells. And it'll also tell you if your plant is sick, like if you got spots on the leaves or if they look withered or dry. It'll tell you what to do to fix it up. Like I said, more information than you would probably ever want to know. But anyway, pretty cool little app. So I loaded up my iPhone with my brand new app, jumped on the four-wheeler, and rode out to the cocaine tree, which is about 100 yards over there. So here's the game camera that has taken all the pictures of all the crazy animals congregating in this tree. And here is the cocaine tree itself. And you can see the bottom of it's kind of been eaten up by all the deer. And here's a picture of the leaves that I took a picture with this new app. The iPhone app identified this tree very quickly, lo and behold, and it said, this particular tree is known by its official nomenclature as the Cannabis cocaneus texicana, also known as the crack house tree or the 13-step tree. This tree is full of barbiturates and THC. So now we know exactly why all those animals, just kidding. Don't hold that against me. All right. Yeah, what we've got here, this particular tree is known as the Texas persimmon. And here's our old buddy, Bob Hansler. And Bob is my very favorite outdoors survivalist guy, man. He knows everything, and he's got a great YouTube channel that I'd really like for you guys to go watch. I know you guys like wildlife, you like outdoors and all that, because you just love all my game cam videos. You'll love Bob Hansler too. I'll put a link to his most excellent channel down below. But anyway, here's Bob to tell you why these animals flock to the cocaine tree.
I'm out here in South Texas today, and this tree here right behind me is one of the most important and least known fruit-bearing trees in the area. Now take a look at these berries. I've just picked these off. They're black, they're fuzzy, about a ½ inch to 1 inch in diameter, and they are full of sugar and calories. So if you are foraging or you are surviving, this is a tree that you're going to want to ID and find. Other than that, incredibly sweet, so much sugar that you probably, if you are jarring them, won't have to add anything. And it is prolific in this area, and that's a good thing because it actually requires a male and female plant. So if you're going to propagate this, you need to make sure that you have both a boy and girl plant in order to get this fruit. So I have eaten about 3 or 4 handfuls of these, and it is late in the season. I hate to say it, but I'm actually getting a bit of a buzz. So I'm going to go ahead and shut down the video. Hope you enjoy it. Happy foraging, and we'll catch you next time.
Well, thanks again, Bob, for clearing that up. I really appreciate that. And folks, that's Bob Hansler, most excellent YouTube channel. I'll put a link down in the description. And I wasn't quite done with this app yet. So while I had it in my pocket and I was on the four-wheeler anyway, I drove to the other side of the ranch to look at a couple of other trees that I showed you back a few videos back in a video that I entitled A Tale of Two Trees. And these were 2 other trees, the deer especially, frequented. And one of these, this one right here, is called a Mexican buckeye tree. And the other one is a Texas live oak tree. And I don't really get it. I don't really understand why the deer frequent that tree like they do. I mean, they're all over it like the cocaine tree, because everything you can see back here, 80% of it is Texas live oaks. There are literally thousands, more than likely hundreds of thousands of live oak trees on this ranch, and they picked that one. I guess I'll have to call Bob and say, Bob, what's the deal? Why this tree? But anyway, thought you might enjoy that. Other than that, folks, we've seen a lot of Rio Grande turkeys, which we usually don't see around here very much because we usually have coyotes, and we don't see any coyotes this year. I have no clue why, but we got turkeys on the ground and we got turkeys up in the trees. The baby deer are all doing good. They're growing up. Their spots are fading. The mama deer, however, aren't looking so good right now. They're getting kind of bony and everything. But as soon as we get these milk parasites weaned off of them, their bodies will bounce back very quickly. So hopefully the moms will be kicking them off, literally, pretty soon. And we've seen a lot of really nice looking whitetail and axis bucks out here on the ranch. So everything is cruising along pretty darn good. And on a more serious note, folks, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the way you took care of our sister Kim Nix during probably the hardest time in her family's life. Her husband has cancer, as many of you know, and she's befriended many of you on here, and I know y'all love her dearly. So I had absolutely no question that you would rise to the occasion because of your overall generous kindness that you show so much. And y'all took her GoFundMe, which had kind of stagnated a bit, and you doubled the amount of money in it in a very short time. So, and those that couldn't donate money gave prayers, good thoughts, good wishes, and love. So, like I said, I'm not surprised, but my heart just swells with pride to know what a good group we have here on this channel. So thank you very much. God bless every one of you. And Kim told me that her son Kyle came up to her while they were in the hospital and he told her what was going on, that the GoFundMe had exploded and that all of you guys were leaving all these sweet prayers and messages for her. And she said she went to the chapel and just broke down and cried. So, see, it's the little things. It's just a little bit of kindness goes so far. So, thank you guys very much for being who you are, who I knew you were, and who I knew you would be. So, and like I said, the kindness thing, you live it, you prove it. You lived it, you proved it. So, thank you. Thank you very much. And on a very frustrating note, I've just basically been watching our country trying to destroy itself. It's a very, very frustrating thing. And I've got friends who have differences in political opinions from one another, and they are literally at each other's throats over this thing. Friends that dearly love each other the rest of the time. And boy, it's so disappointing to me. I don't even get involved in it. If somebody asks me, who I'm going to vote for, I just bring up this picture right here and I send it to them, and I don't say anything else because it's just, it is not right. I read a paper the other day on Civil War, and it said the last thing that you see before Civil War is the results of an election not being accepted by the losing side. And I have a strong feeling, regardless which way this election goes, if it's close, the losing side will not accept the results. Just from what I'm seeing, and the anger and the ugliness, and I haven't seen this kind of stuff since the riots in the 60s. Just all these things that are just so violent and destructive and just not right are just, it's breaking my heart. One of my favorite preachers was talking the other day about how he remembered when he was a kid and World War II ended, and how they drove the fire trucks and were blowing the sirens and everyone was waving flags and proud to be an American and proud that we had freed the world and proud of our country. And I saw memes and other things and Instagram notices that said, I would like to go back to not 9/11 but 9/12 because of the patriotism that was shown there. You couldn't find an American flag in any store the week after 9/11. People rallied together when an outside force tried to destroy us. But now an inside force is trying to destroy us, and it's us. And we need to start back from square one. We need to go back. It's just like the good thing about this channel is the kindness. That is it, man. That is the central theme, and I think that's what draws most of you here. Everyone's looking for some kindness in this world, and you guys share it in the comment section. And it's obvious in your heart, and we're all looking for something good and wholesome. And even Jesus, after the Last Supper, his last commandment, if you will, to us was to love one another. In the New Testament, that phrase is used 13 times, and it's the same kindness thing. Just be kind to each other, and it's got to start somewhere. So, friends, where else is a better place for it to start than with you and I? So, let's do what we can. If you don't mind, share this video. I'm not asking for subs or anything like that. I would just like for people to see this, see the kindness thing, asking people just to go out of their way just a little bit and just try to be a little more friendly, a little bit more loving, a little bit more understanding to our fellow man, and see if we can heal this nation, because we're in trouble, and it could get much, much worse. And folks, I've crossed the line here 2 times. The line that YouTube says is a guaranteed destruction for your average YouTube channel, and that is I brought up politics and I brought up religion. And for those of you that are not religious, I hope I was not overboard with what I said, but I and most of the people here on this channel we love you just as much as we love any of the religious people. And I'm honest in saying that. And in a lot of cases, I love you more than some of the religious people. But that's neither here nor there. Just want you to know that you're welcome. I don't want to run anybody off, and I try to not go overboard on my preachiness. But here's the take-home point. And as far as the politics is concerned, you probably know where I lean, but that doesn't matter. We're Americans. Doesn't matter if you're a Republican, Democrat, Libertarian. We are Americans first, and we need to remember that. And we need to take care of our country. So here's the deal. This video has a large, may have a large propensity to getting out of control in the comment section. And you know that with one click of the mouse, I can turn the comment section completely off. So I would ask you, not just to be kind with your comments, but please, no political comments, no religious comments beyond what we normally say. If you want to pray for the country and things like that, that's fine. But if you want to get in there and start trashing the religious people for their beliefs, or if you want to start trashing the atheists for their non-beliefs, that will not be, I will not tolerate that. If somebody starts saying they hate Joe Biden or they hate Donald Trump, that's it, man. First I will delete those comments for a few times, but if it gets out of control, I'm just going to turn it off, and we'll just have to wait till next time, because I'm not going to allow a topic I brought up to kill this channel, because this channel can do a lot of good. Every tree grows from a seed. We need to plant a seed for our country, and it needs to be to love one another. It needs to be to spread the kindness. And we are a tiny, tiny nucleus, but it's got to start somewhere. So I'd ask you to share this video with people that would share it. Try to pass it on, even if they tell them to skip the first corny parts of it and go to the end. But anyway, guys, that's it. That was really heavy on my heart. I didn't really know how to bring it to you. It's going to be an editing nightmare, because I've started and stopped this so many times because I just didn't say the right things. So I hope I stepped on no toes. If I did, forgive me. I hope I didn't step on your beliefs. If I did, forgive me. But I just had to bring that to you. So that's it for this week. Once again, thank you so much for stopping by here. I really love you guys. I really enjoyed the time we get to spend together. I love our visits. I love our comments. So please protect the comment section so that we can have our regular exchange and be friends and love each other and take care of each other. Well, all right, guys, thank you so much for dropping by this time. I really appreciate it. I thank you, I love you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye now. So what you doing there, Al?
Neutering a dog, Dad.
All right. Who's going to learn you?
That's a mistake.